Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. It's so good to be here tonight. Listen, it ain't about me tonight. I'm going to hurry up through this right here so we can get to the work. We can get to the work. All right. We got King by 111 in the building tonight. He said, hello, all. We got Tough Topics podcast in the building tonight. All right. She's about to come give her perspective as well. We got CBN in the building tonight. If you don't know who CBN is, let me show you who that is. We got CBN in the building tonight. Good to see you, my guy. All right. Who else we got in here tonight? We got Take Heed to the. Oh, man, listen. I'm telling y'all right now, man, I'm about to start slapping. I'm going to start virtually slapping people. If you don't go and go over there and subscribe to Take Heed to the Message, we're going to have a problem. All right. Because Take Heed to the Message is doing the work over there. Okay. All right. Wife School Podcast is doing the work. All right, we got Jay in the building. Y'all come on from Tough Topics doing the work. We got Miss Jenny. Come on. Candid Conversations with a Housewife every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Doing the work. Right? I'm just going to let y'all see who in this building in a minute, okay? I'm going to have to let y'all see who in this building in a minute. All right. So I thank everybody for being here tonight. We got Reckless in the building. But I'm just going to bring everybody up because these are my people. And we got so many intellectuals on here tonight. We're gonna be bringing them in and out, boom, 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 like firecrackers, boom, 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 right? Because I want to bring up I want to bring up 5 women and 5 men, and then we're gonna rotate in and out because we got a lot of perspectives in this building tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and y'all got to hear it. All right, I'm gonna even be moving out the way because I want to hear these perspectives, and we got Queen Shame in the building tonight. If you don't know who that is, that means you haven't subscribed to their channel. If you don't know who the Queen of Shame is, you have not subscribed to their channel. The Harrises are in the building tonight. And guess what? Mr. Harris, I just saw them. They dressed like they just came off a date, about to go on the date, about to just have an in-house date because they cleaned it in a pair of scissors at Martha Stewart's house. I just seen them backstage. They clean tonight. They clean. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start bringing everybody up. The first person I want to bring up, he's Reckless, and his name is Ray. Let's give it up for Reckless Ray in the building tonight.
What's good, everybody? Yo, boy, Reckless Ray in the building.
Thank you for being here tonight. All right, now we're going to bring up a lady. We got Miss Jenny in the building tonight. Let's give it up for Miss Jenny in the building tonight. All right. Now, let me bring up my guy. Now, listen, he got a bald head, but he ain't scared. Let's give it up for my boy who's bringing the pain. Mr. Pain is in the building tonight. Come on.
Hello.
Good to see you, my guy. Good to see you. All right, now we're going to bring up somebody else. Listen, she ain't scared of nobody. She gonna give it to you straight with love and no hate. Let's give it up for Take Heed to the Doggone Message is in this building tonight. Good to see you, Queen. Good to see you, sure. All right, next up, let's see who we got back here. We're gonna bring up here. Hold on a second. Oh man, this guy be hosting the show when I'm not on it. I get a little mad sometimes because he's so smooth, and I'll be trying to practice. I'll be trying to learn how to imitate this. I can't do it. It's only one of these guys, man. Lost in Translation is in the building.
What's happening? How you doing?
What's going on, my guy? What's going on?
Good to see you as always.
Good to see you too, man. Now listen, I'm gonna bring up somebody else right now. I want y'all to see this, okay? Wife School Podcast is here tonight. Let's give it up. All right. Now I got how many women I got on here now? 1, 2, 3. Woo! I'm just so excited. I just can't hide it. Wait a minute. So let me see who I got. Who else I got down here? We got J Mac in the building tonight. Y'all better put your damn hands together.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? We got Tough Topics Podcast. We got Wife School Podcast. We got Take Heed to the Message. We got Miss Jenny in the building. So I don't want to hear nothing about. Well, no ladies on the panel to talk about shame. They here tonight, so I appreciate them being here tonight. All right, see, now I want to bring up a man. He don't try to be slick. He don't think he it, but he will tell you the shit. Give it up for Uncle Rick. Rick is in the building tonight.
What's good, everybody?
Yeah, introduce yourself with your soundboard. I just need to hear it one time. Go ahead.
I got you, man. I'll be forgetting I got this thing.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
All right, man. Good to have you in the building tonight. Good to have you. Now, listen, we got one more in this building tonight that I'm going to bring up. Ladies and gentlemen, I have 2 more. I'm sorry, because I'm going to move out the way. I'm going to start the conversation, move out the way. because I need to get all of y'all perspective. So I'm gonna put I got the Harrises in the building tonight. Yes. The leaders of the shame organization. Well, if you ain't doing right, we shame your ass until you get it together. That's their motto over there. And so I want to make sure y'all understand that. Let me put them up here at the top.
Shame.
Hey, I'm about to shout right now. So now what I want to do next is this. I'm gonna bring you up on this. So just stay right there, Sugarfoot. We're dealing with something in this world today, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to play something for you guys. And it's about 2 minutes long, and I know it's going to be hard to deal with. It's going to be hard. But I want y'all to be able to deal with it. And I'm going to move out the way and bring on this up. But I want y'all to be able to deal with it. And the Harris tribe, you up there for a reason, because I want you guys to kick it off and talk about how this should look. Should it be shame or should it not be? We're going to talk about it from there. Here we go, guys. Let me play this for you. Oh, Lord. I hope y'all ready. I got 2 videos, and I'm going to play both of them back to back, and I'm going to get out y'all way. Here we go.
With her nigga in the living room, and I told them, do not fuck on my couch. Her nigga knew my nigga, but my nigga couldn't come at the time because they was friends. You know how 2 friends be talking to friends. He could come like on some like couldn't. He probably was fucking off. Couldn't get up. No, he couldn't come over my house. And then it was a condom in my trash can. And he told on me and said that I was the one fucking, but it was not my condom. My nigga called me the next day and was like, you had a condom in your trash can and stuff. I'm like, that wasn't my condom. I don't use condoms, baby. Right. I'm the raw dog queen.
I want y'all to breathe. Everybody breathe. Just breathe. Just let it out. Breathe. Anissa, I know you back there fell out your chair. Just breathe. Everybody breathe. Wife school had to turn her camera off. Everybody just breathe. Just breathe. Breathe. I have one more, and I'm gonna let y'all go on both videos. Okay, Ray, hold it in. I know we got a 5-minute interval for you just before you go off. I have one more. Okay, and I want y'all to bear with me. It's 2 minutes and 9 seconds, and I'm gonna let the whole thing play because I want y'all to eat this up. Okay, so y'all can have this to talk about. This young lady is 17 years old. And she has a new song out. And I know you two may come for me with the words. I don't care. I'll take a hit tonight. But y'all need to see this. And the crowd needs to see what the world is looking at and what your kids are listening to. Here we go.
That's the move. I'm doing what he like, okay, cool. I'm going hard, I never ran from a bitch hoe. Dumb hard and I never suck a dick, though. He say he got a girlfriend and he respect the bitch. Long as a nigga cut the check, I respect the shit. I do. Ruger 9 in the Louis shit, I don't play. I heard the nigga getting money, I won't want to say. Well, he got pound fare and you got brick fare. What shit I'm selling pussy, so who got click fare? He got it in my seats, so don't sit there. That's my nigga, I let him hit bare. But you can scrap it up for a little check. Fuck your girlfriend with much disrespect. If she was all that, then you wouldn't be cheating. If my pussy wasn't good, then you wouldn't be eating. I'm selling pussy, ain't got around. No, I'm selling pussy, ain't got around. Selling pussy, ain't got around. They say I do too much, I don't do enough. They say I make their head hurt, it don't hurt enough. They say I'm putting on, I say I'm taking off. Ain't got a rap, I fuck your balls.
I'm a rapper, I ain't got a rap, I'm selling pussy. Now get your cash up, nigga, while you around here jugging. Pussy good, stay wet, can't you tell it juicy? Got your head fucked up, now you tell it loosey. Now your bitch mad, but I don't blame her though. She see some badass bitches, she's a jealous hoe. But I shout.
Oh, God.
Are y'all good? Everybody okay?
Man. Your nightmare.
Harris Tribe, I want you to treat this panel as if it were your own. And I want you to get everybody involved in this conversation. And I want you to discuss these two videos in any order you want. Yeah, go ahead. You got it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Well, my. This is where we have gotten.
Absolutely.
Oh,
She's 17, Miss Harris. I just wanted to make sure I threw that out.
Tattoo all down her leg.
Yeah.
Where's her mama?
Yeah, the same thing I asked.
I don't even want to have a conversation with her. Where is her mama? Is that her mama? Is one of them ladies her mama?
Probably. I don't know. I'm gonna get out y'all way. Let me get on this up here.
I mean, I'm gonna be short and sweet. This is the most proudest day of being a whore I've ever seen in my life that we are creating for our young girls. And I would never want my children or any young girls that I'm around to even think that that's okay. The mindset, going out there with women that's older than them, thinking that this mentality is okay. It is not okay to be a whore. Okay? Whoredism, it's not okay. It's shameful. It's too many consequences that young girls have to bear behind it. And there's so many women who are forced into this type of life. And it's a damn shame that they find so much gratitude and, it's amazing. Shame. I mean.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Holy shit.
Let's go around the horn. Reckless Ray, you up next, big dog.
I want to go home. And by home, I mean away from this planet. Whatever rock hit this planet and mutated whatever the hell it mixed with to make us, I need to go back there. I want out. I for real want out. Like the Sexy Red video had me at a loss because she talks like a brolic nigga. And that's cool, I guess. Whatever. But after I deciphered what she said, because we speak English in my household, I realized that she was basically living in a fuck shack. And, now that she's pregnant, I realized that that baby was conceived in a fuck shack by niggas. And it's not her first child, which means that she's been conceiving babies in this said fuck shack for God knows how long. And she is procreating like roaches that have been left under the counter. And that I find highly offensive because I get grouped with that. Now, moving on to the second video, which I'm blaming Sexy Red for. Because we sat here and said that, Sexy Red and Ice Cube, they both do the same thing. They just getting their money up. We supposed to respect that, right? Black girl magic, black girl power. The black woman is God. If the black woman's God, then why do they need our protection? Right? How y'all getting snatched up and trafficked if y'all God? It's a good question. And the reason that what Sexy Red is doing is an order of magnitude worse is because what they're doing to you women is exactly what they did to black men during the 90s. They're taking your narrative and they're telling you who you are and you're cheering them on for it. The difference being is you do not destroy a civilization through the men. You destroy them through the women. What is happening right now is your destruction. Y'all are being destroyed. And it's just going to get worse. Like you think this is a little girl. That is a little girl with a whole ass tattoo. With two wildebeests in the back. Like, I can't. She got her own bodyguard squad looking like linebackers. They had everything but the helmets. Okay? This is ridiculous. They're just cheering this little girl on because this is the shit y'all think is cute. This is what we're championing in the culture. This is what y'all doing. This is the warrior queen power, huh? Okay. Well, I mean, if that's what we dealing with, check this out, bro. Y'all can be strong, but I'll tell you what, them two wildebeest ass bitches will never catch me. So you see what I'm saying? I'm just gonna move away from the problem, and I'll run you out till you go into cardiac arrest, just like they be doing them deer in Africa, and then I will club you to death. Like, you still gonna lose the war. Like, this is ridiculous, people. If this is where we're at, bro. Like, some of y'all need to go get a torch and set your neighbor's house on fire, bro. If they playing the song next door, set it on fire. That's like, what are we gonna do with this? What do we do with this? You think we can fix that? Is that the community that y'all telling men like me that I'm supposed to go save? I'm supposed to go save that? No, ma'am, no, sir. Them black women is the devil. And you ain't gonna tell me shit else. Ain't no way you're gonna tell me the black woman's God if that's the example that y'all champion and holding up and defending. Y'all are all agents of Satan. That is unreal that this is what we're defending at this point. Oh, we could just get to do anything with no accountability? Anything?
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We appreciate
I just want to say one last thing.
Okay.
I'm not saying that it was right, but I understand the Salem witch trials now. I really do.
Shit. Damn. We appreciate you, Ray. Thank you. Mrs.
Hey,
J.
bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
It's not an easy act to follow, Mrs. Jenny, but it's on you.
Okay. So my shtick is that I come at everything from a Christian perspective. So I have a lot I could say, but the Bible says it the best. And in Proverbs chapter 23, verses 26 through 28, it says, "My son, give me thine ear, and let thine eyes observe my ways. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lieth in wait as for prey, and increases the transgressors among men." And so these women, females really, because I feel like being a woman, being called a woman is a privilege that they do not deserve. So these females, they are not just, deep ditches and narrow pits, but they are predators. They're waiting for these empty-headed men to just come sauntering in, eyes blurred by their sex hormones, and so they can snatch them up like prey, like Cardi B did. And so it's really sad that we're not raising up daughters that are better and not completely disgraceful, and that we're not raising up sons who can see past these women, because these women have no power if men avoid them. Like Ray was saying, this is her second child or something, and it's like these women can do no damage if they're just left to their own devices. They can only create problems when men are impregnating them and they're bringing these bastard children into the next generation. So, I believe that the man is the head of the home. And as a man, you have to be better about where you are spreading your seed and how you are, who you are letting be mothers of your children. And because what we are seeing is not it at all.
Amen. Nicely put. Nicely put.
You know who the daddy of that chop-headed baby is? You do.
Our pain.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm up. Hey, listen. You said something, Miss Jenny. Unfortunately, it's just not the ratchet men who's going after these women. Unfortunately, first of all women like her and the young lady Suki Hana and Sexy Red, all these ladies are plants. Okay, because I agree with Ray. If you want to really destroy whatever's left of the culture, I mean, we had drill rap, we had gangster rap. There was always a certain amount of modicum of resistance to that kind of rap. The men only could really take it far because it didn't really change young boys into murderers and stuff like that. Not in mass. But when you talk about free sexuality and what the Sukihanas of the world are doing to young women, I put a video out that had Sukihana and Sexy Red, and they're creating an epidemic of what they call intestinal parasites from ass eating. They promote ass eating. So there's an article written on that. And young women are getting parasites for ass eating because they're following these two young ladies, these two women. And then, of course, I had a clip in there about Cardi B and what's her name, Meg Thee Stallion. They scissoring each other on the stage, and there was a whole bunch of, it was like 10,000 young girls in the stadium singing word for word, word for word, and I'm saying that's more powerful than anything I see a man do in terms of getting people to follow it. I mean, I think women don't really understand the sexual power that y'all have. I just really don't think. See, and I feel like I stand alone because men always want to be macho. Like, I got a woman, she gave me sex because I hypnotized her and shit like that. No. Your men, like I said, men are constant. We have a constant need for sex, and it's predictable and it could be manipulated. And what I think we need to do as men is bring back shame for men in terms of showing them the consequences of being stupid. But only women can really put the real kind of shame on these black women that they need. Listen, even good black women don't give a shit about what black men say. Almost. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna change the women. We've been saying body count matters. We've been saying all kinds of shit. What kind of wives we want? Here's our standards. And women just look at us like we're crazy. It's the good women out there. I mean, not all women. I mean, I know all you guys. I know you listen to the men that y'all love. But I think if women don't come back in full force to put shame on these kind of women, we're lost. I don't want to just we're going to have to say what we're going to say, but I don't think it's as effective as women, good women, coming out and braving the slings and arrows to get this kind of debauchery out of the culture or whatever's left of it. I'll end it there.
Indeed. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Take heed to the message, our sister. What do you think about those videos?
When the devil knew who to go after, he's very wise. When the devil knew in the Garden of Eden to go after, who he knew to go after, he was very wise. He did it before she was even given the seed of life. He destroyed Eve before she was even given the seed of life. And that helped him because he went after her before Adam could even touch her. So now when they got disgraced out of the Garden of Eden, she has to deal with all the backlash of everything that has happened, right? And this is what we see playing out today. This is the nonsense that we see playing out today. And it's because in our culture, we don't understand the natural order. We got lost. Now, it wasn't after slavery. Everybody liked to blame slavery. But it wasn't after slavery because there were women still under their husbands, even after we got released from slavery. After we got free, women loved their husbands. They understood the natural order. It's until the 70s that we had lost our mind. And so now we're reaping the backlash of all this nonsense that we see today. Now, for the so-called women that was up there chanting her on, probably in their late 20s or 30s, cheering this young girl on that's 17, I was thinking in my mind, where's the switch at? That's what I was thinking in my mind. Where's the switch at? because 17, I'm selling pussy. I'm selling pussy, 17. I was a teen mother, so I understand. I was a teen mother. I came from situations that was not right, but that did not give me the right to have a baby at the age I was when I was a teen. That didn't give me the right. Even though I was going through what I was going through, I was bringing in another life into this world that I didn't know how to be no mama. But here we go, we promote selling pussy. 17 years old. Nobody know how to keep themselves anymore because mama's selling pussy. So mama's selling pussy, the children gonna sell pussy too. This is what I teach on my channel. I say children copy what the mama do. But nobody wants to believe that. Everybody say, oh, women can raise children on their own. You don't understand the natural order. This is the problem. This is the problem. We don't understand it. And I'm going to share something with you. Eve did not understand it either. This is the problem too. She didn't understand it either. Because when your king tell you fall back, don't do something, your ass is supposed to fall back and not do it. That's what's supposed to happen. When my husband tell me, I don't want you to do that, I fall back. And I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that. Natural order. I don't understand that. But y'all sit up here talking about, oh, I'm a boss chick. I'm this, I'm that. Until shit hit the fan, then you want to know where all the brothers at. Though you need the brothers to come save the community then. We can't even control our own children. But we will sit up here and talk about, oh, I'm a boss chick. I'm making this much money. But you can't control your children. You say peep, you say one word to them, they ready to destroy their own room, break the windows and everything. Why? Because the king is not in the home. And I'm not talking about just any man. I am talking about a true king. I'm not talking about no Pookie and Ray Ray nonsense. I am talking about a true king. The owner's manual of that child. Okay? The owner's manual is the father. If the father was in the home with these children, we will see a better outcome. But because us women sitting up here talking about, I don't need no man, I could raise this baby by myself, we raising monsters. We are raising monsters. And let me share something with you. This is what the devil wanted. He wanted us to raise monsters. And this is what we're doing. This is what we promote. I'm selling pussy. Can you imagine? And Sexy Red, let me share something with you. This young woman, Sexy Red, she ain't nothing but a true demon. She ain't nothing but a true demon. For her to sell all that lipstick and everybody buy it. Come. Booty hole brown. All this nonsense. And they bought it. And it sold out. The lipstick sold out. She was so proud to say it sold out. And she talked about she the raw dog queen. And what does that do? That tell all the young women, you don't got to sleep with nobody. I mean, you can sleep with people without condoms. You can sleep with people without condoms. But when the ultimate prize, when they hit that jackpot, that ultimate prize that you can't get rid of, then we'll see them come to social media crying, talking about, oh, you should tell somebody if you have some. No, they shouldn't. Your happy ass should keep your legs closed and you shouldn't be sleeping with nobody. God forgive me. I'm so angry tonight. Okay, I'm done.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you, sis. Thank you. Brother Ricky, it's on you, brother.
Happy anniversary for 50 years of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? This year is the 50th anniversary of hip hop. Look, hip hop does not dictate society. If you go to the history of hip hop is a reflection of what's going on in the society. When you have Public Enemy, X-Clan, they were They were rapping about the things going on in their neighborhoods, right? Revolution, black positivity, Africanism, right? You had NWA, even though they are the grandfathers of gangster rap at this time, they were talking about what was going on in South Central LA. These women are not causing these rappers, they're not making, they're simply reporting to y'all what they see out in the streets today. It's over with. You guys are the last of a dying breed. Get over it. You know why they talk about hoeing like that? Because that's what's in style. That's what's happening on these streets. Y'all see it every time you go to Instagram and you scrolling. They out here asking girls, and the girls ain't got no reason to lie to you, right? Would you take a 50-year-old man with money or build with somebody from the ground up? I take the 50-year-old man with money, my lifestyle. Right? What's the one video, right? Yeah, I went out on a date with this dude and he took me back to his house and his mama sucked him off. And I said, what the hell?
Did you hear what I said?
Take care of your family, hunker the fuck down, and get to work. Ain't no saving these hyenas. It would not become obvious until the benefit of when they make the change actually runs out. That's when they'll realize, yo, you know what? You know, back when I was 25 or 20, maybe that's when it'll hit, because that's how life works. I honestly was thinking today, they should have never let you niggas out of slavery.
Shit.
Y'all get the freedom you ask for, and don't y'all act like freedom don't cost, like freedom doesn't come with a certain responsibility, to the freedom of making choices. Y'all, every time I look, oh, Trump this, we hate him that, da. But every chance I get, every chance I see the so-called liberties that your forefathers died for, you know, the things y'all cry about that you didn't really go through, y'all piss on it. Y'all shit on it for the sake of mimosa brunches and free nut. And not, like I said, at this point, I don't even blame the women no more. I don't blame them. A woman gonna do what a woman gonna do. Young men, why are you allowing this to happen? Why do you, as young men, supposedly on your square, better off than the OGs? Because what they tell us, Sean, y'all OGs don't know shit. Y'all the ones who fucked it up. But then y'all women like this, these are y'all women. Mr. Harris got a wife. I got a wife. Ray got a girl. Mr. Payne's married. These are your choices. This is your store. And y'all stole, you know what y'all do? Y'all know what y'all do? Y'all mob it.
Damn. Shit.
That's all I got.
That one might have went over their head. Damn. Miss Anissa, it's on you, sweetie.
Okay. Well, it's definitely a shame. Very sad, very disgusting, both of those videos. And To be honest with you, I don't know if bringing shame back is going to change anything. I kind of agree with Ricky on this. I think it's over. You can see the steady decline of this culture and of these young ladies. You had the Cardi B and the Megans, and now you have I don't even know some of these people until I come on here. What's the girl's name? The first video.
Sexy Red.
Yeah, so you see the steady, well, not steady and fast decline. So it's just getting more ratchet, more shameful, more disgusting, and it's just going to continue to go downhill, from here. Unfortunately, in order for shame to work, someone has to have an innate feeling that what they're doing is wrong. Because if if you solid on whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's right or wrong, ain't nobody can shame you because you feel like there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. I'm doing what I want to do, and my life is fine. So I don't even think that bringing shame back is really going to impact them. I think that something has to happen individually in those lives, whether it's with them or whether it's with these children that they're about to bring into the world. But probably something tragic, is going to have to happen to get the attention of this culture to turn back. Simply shaming and talking about it, I don't think it's going to do it. It's going to take something tragic to happen, something pretty big to get people to wake up and feel convicted within themselves that I need to do better and I need to turn my life around. That's what I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. J Mac, it's on you, love.
Good evening to everybody on the panel, and to everybody in the chat. So of course, anybody who has had the time to check out my channel, I do talk about these things quite a bit, and so people like Ray and maybe some others that probably kind of know what angle I'm going to take. I try to be tactful when I can, because I don't know, just such is my nature. You know what I'm saying? I try not to be very crass in my speech. But I do also feel like sometimes people invite that. They invite a certain level of, dismissiveness from me. And I'm so glad, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Miss Jenny, who made sure to qualify the individuals we saw in those videos as females instead of women, because the word woman denotes a human being, and your humanity, I think, is considerably diminished when you basically you have to think of what whoredom is. The idea that you give your body, your orifices, so freely to other people to enter inside. What was it, Color Purple, where she said something like, Mister's just doing his business. And old girl was like, that sounds like he's using the bathroom. I thought that was such a good analogy, because that's exactly how I look at it. It's to me the equivalent of you being like a human toilet seat, like you allowing for these men, and you can barely call them men, right? These people to kind of just relieve themselves onto you. And I feel like the point I'm getting at is, I'm to the point now where, and forgive me for saying it, but I know one thing I know about BMU is I know he wants us to be real. I almost have gotten to the point where I don't care about what happens to these people anymore. I don't care about their plight anymore. And the reason why is because I know for me, whenever it is that time for me to have children of my own, I know what schools they won't be going to. I know what neighborhoods they won't be frequenting. I know what social media platforms, probably all of them, that they won't be on until maybe not while they're in my house at all. And I know that those things are extreme, but I also know that it's going to take a level of extremity to fight what we're seeing now. I also wanted to mention to Ray's point, look at the reception of what we're seeing. Whereas stuff used to be, the word I like to call is a subculture. Things used to be subcultures. This weirdness, this overtly sexual nature and speech from women. It used to be something that only a certain type of people did and welcomed, and it was shameful. But now it's common, and not only is it common, but you become the shamed individual when you don't acquiesce to it. So every time I call out women for this behavior and I say, because most of the time the women that do it are mothers. And that's the thing that drives me insane. It's bad enough to do it at all. But when you have children and you have no care in the world about how your actions affect them, knowing that you are your child's first, let's be honest, you're your child's first representative of God. You are your child's closest thing to what they perceive God to be. They perceive God to be some sort of protector, someone who loves them, and someone who is infallible. Of course, we're not infallible, but let's be honest, as kids, we probably, at least for some time in our lives, we thought our parents were infallible. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think my parents could do any wrong, because small children think like that. But so to know and to not care, Sexy Red, to my knowledge, this is actually her third child. This will be her third child. So 2 other children you have that were already looking up to you before. And you took your influence that Satan gave you, and not God, obviously. And you decide to, of all the things that you could encourage young women to do, young people in general, just like they had her perform at that high school. She's from St. Louis. St. Louis was the murder capital of the United States for several years in a row. I think they've finally been booted out from #1, but I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't still #1. And so you have to think about where this is. What types of people we're talking about. I don't think that that's just to our Payne's point. I don't think this is a natural progression of things. I don't think this is just, hip hop music was always anti-establishment. It was always, angsty. It was always rebellious. Okay, cool. But it wasn't always this. And I know Bubs mentioned Lil' Kim. I don't give Lil' Kim a pass. I don't know why people do that. I don't know why people are always like, it's like, yeah, Lil' Kim started this. I don't give her a pass. Just because you're the, originator of something, and maybe at the time, since she actually could rap, I think some people kind of try to they try to separate the art from the artist and all that. But I don't think you can do that. I think you have to hold people to account. To whom much is given, much is required. And that's my stuff.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that. Wife School, how you doing, love? It's on you.
Hey everybody. It's really sad when you really look at it, if you look at it from a compassionate perception, because if you continue to look at these things online, you start to develop, as J Mac said, the perspective of not caring, rather than take the role of Jesus, saying that when he was preaching, he was like, he looked on these people with compassion because he knew that they were lacking something. Often we always go to the judgmental role without knowing that people are broken out here. And at some time in a point in your life, you were broken too. You were over there with snots in your nose, like, ooh, ooh, ooh. You did something wrong that, you had to take accountability, and you had to take that out. And it's just really unfortunate because the woman is the weaker vessel. And women are multipliers. So if I know you better than you, I can make you do anything you want. If the enemy knows that, you got your little breasts and now you're growing into your femininity or looking like a woman, He's going to use your sensuality to entice men. Oh, now I know I can get attention. Now I can sell that. Now I can get money. So it's always this rabbit hole of self-fulfillment. And I know that people have, they don't really go to church anymore, or they really don't believe in God or lost their faith or whatever. And it's being replaced with another religion, believe it or not. It's called hedonism. And it's a real thing. And it's when you seek to fulfill yourself, your pleasures at the stake of anyone else. It doesn't matter. If it hurts you, harm you, I don't care. I'm going to do what I need to do because it's my right and I should live in this fulfillment. And I don't care. I don't care what you think about me because I'm living my best life. I'm selling. I have lip gloss and all those horrible things. I don't even want to mention them because it's not worth it. But that's what our society has come to. They've taken the focus off the natural order, as we said. They're taking the authority out of the home, which is the father, which regulates women and children. And you let women run amok, it's always a recipe to fail. And we're just going to be open and susceptible. And whoever is going to hone on that is going to use it as an opportunity. They're going to use the music. It doesn't matter. They can use sexy ballet, sexy, it doesn't matter. Just put some sexy on it. And it's going to be perverse. We're going to pervert it. People mess up everything. They say marriage don't work anymore, but it's not marriage, the institution, it's the people. And we just sell ourselves so short because we want instant gratification. We want to sell our soul, in a sense, to get that high, to get that fame, to get that attention. And at the end of the day, it's going to leave you broken and empty. And as Miss Anissa said, it's going to come to that point where you hit the wall, where you absolutely have nothing else within you, that you're going to have to look to people that know how to get you out that situation, which is God, and people that have sense in their heads, like your elders. And you're gonna have to take that. You're gonna have to eat that. But unfortunately, it seems like, as so many people said, that we're uncheckable. I have the power to do this. I have the pride to do it. They like to put that pride on there. We know what pride is. Like, show your pride. And we know that God said that the things that are in this world are the lusts of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life. So we lust in our flesh to do it. We lust to sleep with men. We want to have the body counts. We don't care who tells us to do it. The lust of our eye. I'm not satisfied. I see this. I see that. I see that. I'm on social media all day. I'm scrolling. I get off social media. Give it a break. What else do you know? All you know is the debauchery. All you know is the perversion. All you know is the transactional life. And then you have the pride to say that nobody can tell me nothing. Nobody can tell me what to do. And that's when you get in a bad place, because if I can't even tell you what to do, well, somebody else can tell you what to do. It's either him or the grave. And that's unfortunately where it has to come to. Like, at the end of the day, I can't judge nobody. I don't have no hell, no heaven to put nobody in, but he does. So when you meet that part of your life, then there's no going back on that. There's no sorry. I'll get it right. I'll put down the Daisy Dukes. I'll turn off Sexy Red. No, it's too late at that point.
Thank you, sister. Thank you. Appreciate that. Lost in translation. It's on you, brother.
Thank you, sir. When they told me that this young lady was 17 years old, I couldn't help but think about my niece. And she's 17, 18 years old. And she's actually in nursing school. And my thing is this, to see how this has come about says a lot about the community that services these young women. I know for a fact how my niece was raised and how she was taken care of and how she was sheltered and how she was raised. completely different from what we saw in that video. And I take my hat off to my brother and his wife. You know what I'm saying? And they did a fantastic job in raising her. Now, with that being said, our problem is that our community supports this type of foolishness. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell you something. This is so poignant. I'm glad y'all saved me for last. Listen, I put up a post today, and we were talking about Jada and Will, and I said, if you condone anything that Jada has said, no matter what, you are part of the problem. When I tell you, all the men and some of the women are on my side, but there was a few women who came to her defense and was asking questions. What did she do that was so bad? And then they started putting up posts of other content creators who are going counter to my point. I said, first of all, you don't put another content creator stuff on my wall and you haven't subscribed to mine. Delete comment. Second of all, this is my post and I have the high ground and I'm deleting everything that has nothing to do with what I just said. I don't chew my cabbage twice. I said what I said. And that's what we need to do as men. We need to put our foot down whenever we see roaches rear their ugly heads. It is these women who support and condone the type of behavior that we just watched. Men, we need to put our foot down. When I was little, when we acted up, our dad pulled that belt out, baby. Like Dr. Umar had that belt, give you 10,000 lashes. I assure you, I am the man that I am today because I took a few lashes. You understand what I'm saying? Because I could have went another way. I could have been in jail. I could have been a kingpin, drug lord. You understand what I'm saying? But I decided, and he decided for me, that's not where I should go. My community decided that was not where I should go. My thing is this, we're going to have to start holding those who support the foolishness accountable. We're going to have to start saying something to these people and let them know there is a counterpoint to your foolishness. We have sat quietly too long. So my thing is that anytime that you come up to me or you're around anybody that I know and you say some foolishness, prepare for battle. Prepare, because it cannot go unchecked anymore. I'm sorry. It cannot. It cannot. Bad things happen when good men do nothing. And that's all I got to say about that.
I wouldn't disagree. For us, man, shame is a destination. And I think we all put it in the GPS. We take different routes. And again, you can sit somebody down on the bed and they could say, little Billy, I think you should really, consider your actions because they really reflect on your family and, the decisions that you make are going to shape your future. Or you can say, little Billy, act right. Mama Billy ain't condoning that. And I'm not your mama, but I'm not ashamed to speak for her when I say, y'all remember the Cosby Show when she said that when they was doing the locomotion? Mm-hmm. That I think that's the problem. Mm-hmm. You can't shame. You're right, Miss Anissa. It's not working because the people that the shame is coming from are just as cantankerous as the shameful. There's no upper echelon anymore. Ray talks about the winners all the time, and he's received a certain type of way. And it's because in actuality, they know that there are winners and there are losers here. And they'll tell you in a minute, oh, you judging me. A lot of people used it here tonight, but we judged every day. We judged at work. We was judged in high school. People graduated cum laude. There was a valedictorian. We were judged.
Yeah.
You get a monthly evaluation, probably quarterly. You should be having one in your relationship. We call it a relationship evaluation worksheet. Mm-hmm. And this is what would make you perform because down the way, I got an evaluation coming up. I want to keep my job. And it's the echelon of people that can't uphold shame anymore because there is no crayon apple juice in your house.
No expectations.
There's no pictures on the wall. There's no inspiration.
Value.
It don't smell good. You don't get flowers. This is why there's no shame because most of the girls are at the detention center checking on their kids. and the daddies ain't home. So how could you shame? It's only 1 or 2 Huxtable houses in the neighborhood. So again, no matter how you take your route, the destination is the same. And you have to reflect on your behavior. We shame behaviors, not people. And we will continue to do so because the behaviors, y'all don't give us any lack of material to work with. It's not hard to find this stuff. It should be hard. It's not.
It's the norm.
And the celebration, like you guys said, we got clips we just played of a guy spitting in a woman's mouth. And we also have a clip of somebody saying that sex used to be face to face. With humans, sex is face to face. But with animals, it's something different. And this is what they proclaim. This is what they adore. This is what they admire. There's no connection. And that's shameful. Because babies are born out of love. And if you don't understand that the best thing that you can give a baby is loving their parent, whether we together or not. I gotta respect you, show you that we might not always agree, but you're gonna have to get along with somebody else in this world.
Not just the mama either.
And sometimes I think these younger people, they lose sight of that overall goal and that trajectory, that long, that end game. And I know it's hard, but I also know about self-preservation. It's hard to be with somebody for 40 years and then have to continue on because they're not here no more.
Oh, yeah.
How hard that is? That ain't easy. So sometimes I think they're protecting themselves. They're not built for this. So I don't blame them. Again, we speak to the people that want to be in unions, that want to be married, that understand that 50% off is better than 100%. So we appreciate you guys having this conversation and joining tonight. We appreciate Black Man for having us up here. And this is something that's near and dear to us. And we appreciate everybody's perspective. We're going to continue to wave our flag because we think these younger people just need a little inspiration. It's people that show them that love is a good thing. It's possible and you deserve it. You might have to work for it and it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, because we always, throw that assumption out there that most of these people come from single parent homes or just from poverty. But yeah, they're coming from 2 family homes too. And it's just wide range. Like it's really taken over. It's all over TV everywhere. You can't get any type of just decent, wholesome family television shows or music. Like we literally have to stay back in 60s and 70s when it comes to music. Like the radio is ridiculous. They want to promote this type of behavior. So our young people can grow up without the shame, because if everybody in the house thinks it's okay to act a fucking fool, this is what they're going to do. I don't see nothing wrong with it because everybody else is doing it. Nobody's reading. Nobody's eating healthy. Everybody is eating noodles, So, this is what everybody is growing up in the last 3-4 generations. Like you said, you got great grandma whores passing it down to grandma, and grandma passed it down to mama, and mama's passing it down to daughter. Now we got the 14-year-olds walking right into it. They don't know who they are. They lost as hell. Ain't got no daddies around to guide them. They don't even want them in the guide. Nope. I want to follow the cantankerousness of mama because there's no expectations. There's no standards. I don't have to answer to anybody. So it's a continued cycle. It's a damn shame. But we talking about it. So, that's a part of change. It's talking about it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mrs. Black Man Unfiltered. It's on you, man. Thank you.
Lip gloss brand, and the names for my lip gloss is something that nobody would have ever thought of. I got one called Nut, and it's the color of some nut. I got one called Gonorrhea. It's green like gonorrhea. I got one called Yellow Discharge, like how girls be having yellow discharge. Booty hole pink, booty hole brown, coochie juice. And coochie juice is clear with silver glitter. It's cute, like the cute, and it smells good. And it's so like, people gonna talk but other people was like, you is a marketing genius, because the sold so fast. And it smelled good too. I be thinking of all out the box. It's not even on purpose. It's just like my brain helped me think outside the box to do some crazy shit.
So I wanted to add something because I think that a lot of us are saying the same thing, but then there's like this kind of point where we veer off. And I wonder where that comes from. Like, we can look at this video of Sexy Red and we can all turn our noses up and we can all recognize that this is deplorable, this is disgusting, it's abhorrent. But then for some reason, we will give her a pass. We'll say, oh, you were raised a certain way. And I just feel like at some point we could say that for millions of people. I don't, and I'm actually really upset that I don't remember, because I've been really trying to hold myself accountable to better pull out of my brain Bible verses. My dad has us in his group chat, and he sends verses to us every day. And so this was one from last week. I want to say maybe it's either Proverbs or 2 Peter, because those are the two that I had made myself remember. Something to the effect of, God has given us everything that we need to live a godly life. That's what the scripture says. When you are born on this planet, what we call a conscience, that is the little voice in your head, as we might say. I understand for some people, things might weaken it, right? The longer you live, things you're exposed to, but it's never just completely gone. Or unless you are just, I guess, literally just a full agent of Satan, I guess. But I do think for the majority of people, even the ones we're talking about, I think they know. I think Sexy Red knows, independent of how she was raised, independent of what, I think she knows that as a mother of 2, about to be a mother of 3, if for no other reason that she can compare her own life and maybe things that she maybe was exposed to, or things that her mother or father, because like you guys mentioned, it's not always single parent households, but we also can't pretend that it's not a lot of times that that's the case, because that's just prevalent in our community, period. So if we're saying our culture has a virus, and we know that the majority of our households now are single parent, specifically single mother, then we can't ignore that. It's not to shame all single mothers, because we know that there are some women who really put on that, they put on that armor and they do what they have to do every day. But we can't pretend like that's not cancerous to our community. But the point I'm making is, where do we say a person has agency over their own life? And you make decisions. We all make decisions. Just like the Wife School podcast said, we have all been broken before. But either through fervent prayer, through life coaching, through the diligence, the work, the discipline, shadow work, whatever words you guys might want to use, we found a way to not remain in that place. I believe that that's something each individual person does and makes a decision to do. We've seen enough people who have been raised in the trenches, as we say, and they come out. They do the work to come out. They go on to do great things. And so if we're just going to keep excusing people all the time, no one will ever be able to be held accountable, because most of them have the same stories. If we're all just going to say, well, we can't shame Sexy Red because, she was raised in the slums of St. Louis and she probably saw her mama prostituting herself. And I can sympathize with that. I can sympathize with the child, Sexy Red. But the adult version of her that makes the decision to make sexually transmitted infection scented and named lip glosses, I don't have quite as much sympathy for that person. And I just wonder if it's just me. Maybe it's just me.
Understandable. Y'all hold on to that. We're gonna answer that question for Jay. Black Man has one more video he want to play before we get the conversation going.
said, don't mess with my tray of food. I'm holding on to this.
Okay. Don't forget Jay's question on the floor, guys. She know it's not only her, or maybe it is. And Ricky, let's start with you, sir. What do you think of those two videos, sir?
I want to know, where is it at? Them wings look good.
They did look pretty crispy.
Man, wings look kind of fire. You know what I'm saying? Where that at?
12 piece.
I mean, bro, what happens when you put up a bunch of two packs of hyenas together, right? It's bound to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man. But the the whatever her name is, I don't know why they call her Sexy Red. She looks disgusting to me. Look like a bad pot of spaghetti. Niggas buy it. Right? This is you know what I'm sick of, y'all. Y'all know what I'm sick of. Everybody talking like what we see is just incidental. Right? Oh, these are the one-offs. This doesn't happen. Y'all niggas be lying, bro. Y'all liars. Every one of y'all know a nigga y'all won't, after 10 o'clock, y'all ain't hanging around. Every single one of y'all. Every one of y'all know a nigga y'all ain't gonna leave in y'all house. Y'all, oh, you know what? All black people, 90% of these niggas is like that. Y'all don't want to say it, I'ma say it. They should have never gave you niggas money.
He said it.
Stop it.
It's the only thing of value.
This what y'all don't understand, right? You can never improve anything until you tell the truth about it. Oh, the white man don't care about us. Y'all destroy yourselves. The work is done. The Bible thumpers are the ones fucking on Saturday.
Did you hear what I said?
But everybody want to put a blind eye to it, right? Because it's just the nature of black. You know, I think that's why it actually works so well against us. Because the truth is, we are the salt of the earth, right? We can always find some love for something, right? We are God's children. We have love built into our heart. But sometimes what y'all don't understand is that when the harvests go bad, sometimes you got to burn all that crop. It sucks all the hard work you put in the hope that harvest would produce great fruit, but sometimes you got to burn it. I don't hang around nobody that brings negative energy. I'm solo dolo. Because if you cannot stand up to this word that y'all use all the time, if you cannot stand up to the basic standard that I have as a man, why would I allow myself to be affected by you? Like I told y'all before, some of these people, y'all, that's your auntie, that's your mama. It might be your daddy. It might be your best friend since 3rd grade. It might be your child.
Did you hear what I said?
The reason why y'all can't cut them off is because y'all rely on them the same way they rely on you. You getting them benefit from something from that relationship with them. You benefit, whether it's them stamps you get on every 1st or the 15th or the 12th. Or maybe they pay the light bill. Maybe they make sure your car stay running and you ain't got to take it to the shade. Maybe whatever. But until y'all start telling the truth about where we're at, nothing is going to change. 90% of these niggas ain't on shit. And then the other 10 that y'all aspire to be, they all about money, so they wouldn't spit on you if you was on fire. It's over with. Grab yours, take care of your family, and hunker the fuck down. Get your shit in order. Get y'all shit in order. Get the castle put together so when the hyenas come to running, you got the ammo to get them the fuck out of there. Y'all gotta admit where the fuck we at. This is not a minority slice of the Negro population in the Western Hemisphere. It's 90% of these niggas. Sexy red, my ass. Get the fuck out of here. How did that conversation go? You know what, girl? What's the name of the place that the girls go get all the makeup at?
Sephora.
Yeah. You know what? Man, shit. I just got back from some girl where they had that sexy red, man. I got that juicy pussy. How that conversation go? And the mom in the back talking about, girl, you pick up mine? Fuck out of here, man. Get out of here, dog.
Damn. Did you pick up mine? Miss Anissa, you up next.
You got to hit the mute button. I want to hear this. Come on.
Come on, girl. Come to us.
Oh, don't act like it don't work now.
I'm
Come on.
sorry. As far as the sexy red video, I think the reason that you're seeing a lot of this is because there is a reward in it for them. Whether it's a negative reward, if there's still a reward, because she talked about the fact of it sold out, which means she's making money, called a marketing genius. Now, if there was no market for it and her product was not moving, it would be dropped and she would move on to the next thing. So there's a demand for it, which means somebody wants to consume it. Somebody wants that product, because if not, then it wouldn't be a success. So we have to change our appetites of what you like and what you want to spend your money on and what you're attracted to. You got to change your appetites, the music you listen to, the people you support, because at the end of the day, what it's all about for them is the money and the recognition and the fame and the attention. So that culture, as long as they can feed off of something, it's going to continue to thrive. It's going to continue to thrive. So we have to change our appetites for the things that these people are delivering to the culture and to our children. But I just to me, it still kind of goes back to parenting. I'm just wondering, that 17-year-old in the previous video, I'm just wondering, like, where's your mom? Where's your dad? Like, instead of making this video, why aren't you in school? Or like what happens where your 17-year-old is making videos like this? It's like, where is the parental guidance? She should be doing so many more positive things than making those videos and conducting herself that way. So it just kind of makes you wonder, where that support and where that where the parenting is on that. So that's my take on it.
Understandable. Let me ask you a quick question. Like Jay said, do you think that somewhere deep down inside that there is a little bit of self-acknowledgement that she does understand consciously what she's doing? She's maybe suppressing or pushing past it, or do you think something different?
I don't know. That's kind of hard to answer. I think that again, I think but it's something in it for her, which is why she's doing it. You know, it's
Okay.
something in it for
Hey,
her.
hey, how shiny is your tap shoes right now in this?
Listen, what do you mean, Ricky? I'm answering
You
your
trying to
question.
keep that sisterhood
Come on
card?
now, come on now, come
No,
on
no,
now.
no. There's something in it for her, which is the reason that she's doing it. She knows that it's probably not the best thing, it's not the right thing, but at the end of the day, it's lining her pockets. She's making money. She's doing, what she wants to do. She's on, TV or, social media. She's still got a boyfriend, obviously, because she's pregnant again. I mean, what's the negative for her other than a few people that just may not agree with what she's doing? So for her, even though it could be the wrong thing to and something in her could be saying that this isn't the right thing to do, but again, like I said, there is a reward for her, which is why she's going to continue to do it until that reward changes or it's taken away.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. J Mac, it's on you. Your question is still on the floor, but we want you to react to the videos as well.
Um, so I had seen the Sexy Red video with her talking about her lip gloss line. Um, oh, I was about to say I think I forgot the first video, but the first one was the one before that was the people fighting right in the store. Was that
Yeah, that
was
was,
that the one?
yep, that was the second video. First one was Sexy Red.
Oh, okay. Yes, got them out of order there. So, my reaction to the fighting video is that I think that as BMU has the title of this show today, that type of stuff I do think that we can combat with shame. The fighting, the kind of just I don't know if I'm getting in trouble for saying this, but the niggerish behavior, like I think that can be lessened a little bit if we just, because what happens is when we see these fight videos in Walmart, it's always Walmart or like that looked like that might have been Hooters. It's these places where black people frequent, and a lot of times when the
That was
videos
the
get
chum
posted,
bucket.
oh, that listen, I couldn't quite tell. I'm like, I don't know, man. I just know we love to go get ourselves some chicken wings, and J Mac is not exempt. But I just feel like whenever I see these videos, nobody ever just says the thing. Like we might say, because we're too busy being allured to it. You know what I'm saying? Like Ricky mentioned, it kind of feels like it's just in a hopeless place because our mindset is so bad. It'd be one thing if there was at least if it was just like a minority of people doing these types of things, and maybe the fighting and cutting up in chicken spots, maybe everybody ain't out here doing that. But I know what everybody is doing. I know that everybody is condoning the foolishness. I know that even the educated people, and forgive me, please. I sincerely mean this. I don't like giving disclaimers. I like to say what I mean and mean what I say, but I actually do not mean any harm by this. If anybody here is Greek affiliated, I've noticed it a lot with like the black boule. Like there's some of the worst with that. It's like, why are y'all so educated? All y'all are PhDs. All of y'all are some high esteemed position at a school somewhere. And y'all the ones that saw that video of that third grade teacher playing ski yee for her children. And you were the ones that came to her defense. You were the ones that said, oh, well, however she can reach the kids. I guess if
Right.
if it were a health class, I guess if she showed pornography, that would be fine too, because maybe that's just how to reach the kids. So I feel like at this point it's just so ingrained in our culture to just everything that's anti-God, everything that's anti-straight and narrow, everything that's anti-family, everything that's anti-progression. We eat it up, just like Miss Anissa said. Obviously, whether we want to admit it or not, there's a market for it. There's somebody is consuming Sexy Red. Somebody is listening to her music. Somebody is buying those lip glosses. Somebody is booking her for shows. looking at her social media posts and sharing them. And so I that's my reaction to it, an equal level of disgust, but not shock.
We appreciate that. Appreciate you.
Agree.
You've been cooking. You cooking
Agree.
gumbo. Y'all get y'all a bowl.
Y'all better go subscribe.
Y'all better
Stop
get
playing.
y'all a bowl and get some of that gumbo.
J-Mac.
Wife school, it's on you, but for me, I'm just gonna comment on the second video. The fighting and all of that, like you guys said, we see that all of the time. For me, it's the level of comfortability. The kids weren't trying to leave. Again, the mothers who say they love their kids so much, no one was saying, get out of here. This is not the environment for you. And they were there very calm, some fighting, waiting, just too at ease for me. And I'm from Bed-Stuy. And that shit right there, you don't put kids in that type of an environment. And if we think like that in one of the worst places in the world, it's really crazy to me that the people who proclaim that they love the kids so much when they standing in Judge Mathis, they love the kids so much when they standing in the grocery store and they can't pay for their stuff. They love the kids so much when they go up to their school and the kids can't read and they want to blame everybody but themselves. But they don't love the kids so much. They liars, like Ricky said. I believed them the first day I ever heard them. I gravitated to them and I still believe them till this day. Wife School Podcast is on you.
Wow. I do agree with Miss J. But for people that, are in authority and leadership, we do have to, if we're here to help people, we have to look at their situation holistically, right? And then make the judgment, like, girl, you're whack. You need to sit down somewhere. This is not it. And Sexy Red, I think, in the Bible, it talked about that man rather worship creation than him. And there was a point where he just turned them over to what they wanted to do because they weren't even subject to him. So go ahead, do what you want. That's fine. Now you got intestinal parasites. Now you got all this syphilis going around. You will be judged by your own choices. And when it comes, well, you have nobody to blame but yourself, and at this point, I believe Sexy Red may be a little bit reprobate because she said her brain, how the heck she was saying, my brain think of good things. No, it doesn't. Actually, you're stupid. I don't care. Maybe that needs to get edited out. But Sexy Red should be canceled 10 times over. She does not care about children. And I don't know why, for the life of me, this is how infected adults are, that they're inviting this chick to colleges. They're inviting this chick to high schools, knowing doggone well her message. They're inviting the lyrics, like you said, into the schools to. I mean, I posted this. I did a reaction to that. This guy's like, oh, she's contributing to the cognitive lift. So basically, she's encouraging everybody to get on one accord and be excited about learning. No, you don't have to have a gimmick to learn ABC 1, 2, 3. And she doesn't care about the children because we know that young people, especially on Instagram, they all on Instagram, that they consume that and that they're following her, that she's a influencer or whatever, celebrity. She leaked a sex video on her story of her having sex, which is probably where the stinking baby came from. Sorry, Lord, don't tell me the stinking baby. But that's where the baby came from. So she doesn't care. She's reprobate. We're glorifying it, which is a reflection of how we are as consumers, as we are as a people, that we're messed up too. And it's bad. And going to the fighting video, like the women, we are so far out of order that we don't even know how it is to protect our family. We don't know how to protect ourselves. We're out here lying. We're out here corroborating with the that I've been kidnapped. We out here over in Dubai. We acting all belligerent. We acting like men standing toe to toe. And it's just bad. We don't know. We don't have that check. There's no authority over the women. And then they cry, where is the protection? But you do not essentially want it. You want to be the man. You want to go brawling through the chicken wing joint and your kids throwing wings too, hitting like with puck. It's just unimaginable. And we have become a reality TV type of society. We want to see the real. We want to see the raw. We want to see the uncut. What's the next thing coming out? It's like a high for us. And unfortunately, people play on emotion, and we're just giving it to them in a handbasket. Just go ahead, take it. Take my money, take my time, take my attention, take my eyes, my likes, my views, my Patreon. You know what I'm saying? And we just give it so freely. And unfortunately, the people that do speak, that do have a voice, that try to have some reasoning, isn't put in those high positions, isn't blasted out and shown that, like, because a lot of people, they are tired of the foolishness, but it just seems like you don't see it. But there are people that are tired of it, but you don't see it because it don't get no play.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate all the people that don't allow and stand by idly for the foolery. Lost in translation, it's on you, my brother.
What's happening? Mr. Harris, let me ask you a question. How real do you want me to get with this?
This is your space, brother.
Listen.
This is your space. Cook.
Earlier, we talked about the market for this behavior and where it came from. I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to lay this one squarely at the feet of modern women, and I'm going to tell you why. These men who get Sexy Red pregnant wouldn't have gotten her pregnant if they had their own wife. But my thing is, most women today don't want to be married. They don't want to be talked to. They don't want nobody to say nothing to them. You know, how do we go from Me Too to, 20 in the front and 40 in the back? You know what I'm saying? They went from don't talk to me to holler at me around the back. I got $40. I take care of you. You know what I'm saying? The other day, Take Heed said that you will not go to hell if you take care of your husband. And if you miss that show, you missing a good thing. But my whole thing is this: what creates the environment for these men to actually even want to have an appetite for this type of woman? These men's heart are homeless because women refuse to be wives. And I here's the thing about it. Nobody is brave enough to come out and say it because they're always going to say, oh, it's always the men's fault. Well, men can't do anything unless a woman allows him to. If your standards are so high, these imaginary standards are so high that nobody will want you, what's going to happen is you're going to create an environment where you have a bunch of old, over-the-hill women with no husbands telling the younger women, hey, get your money how you can. You don't need no man. And they create this environment where they're out here selling it on the corner for 20 in the front and 40 in the back. Women, this is your fault because you don't want to be wives. You don't want to be talked to. You don't want to be held accountable. You don't want to have families. You've created this environment. I know y'all love to say everything is the man's fault, but I'm laying this one squarely at your feet. And if nobody's man enough to tell you that, guess what? I am that man. I'm going to tell you what needs to be told. You need to get your own husband. Even the Bible tells you that. Each man is supposed to have his own wife. Each wife is supposed to have her own husband. Every time you get out here and tell me, no, he's not good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. You could have been married a long time ago. You could have had your own kids. You could have had your own family. You could have had your own standards. But no, you leave your daughters out here in the street to sell 20 in the front and 40 in the back. This is your fault because you got them in bringing in $20 at a time to pay the light bill. You got them out here sending them out in these streets to take care of your business when you should have been a wife and had a husband to help you along the way to take care of All these other bills that you say you don't need a man for, but you got your daughter 20 in the front and 40 in the back. It's your fault. And that's it. That's all I got to say. Take heed. It's your turn.
God damn.
Why do I have to come after Lost in Translation? I already have my foolery ready, okay? I already have my foolery ready. But I got to come after you, sir. So now the first video of Sexy Red, she loved having gonorrhea. Okay? She loved having gonorrhea. And that's good. She likes that. That's fine. Okay? But why we got to know that? Why do we give a damn she got gonorrhea? Okay? Why do we care? And you know what? I gotta say something to what Jay said earlier. We will get up here and talk about how hard their life was, how hard things they went through. I'm tired of that damn sob story. I came from the projects. I came from a drug addict home, both parents. Okay? I came from foolery. Okay? But yet I'm still here. So there's a choice that you have to make if you want to be on crack or you want to get a job and do what you got to do to take care of you. So everybody got a choice. I'm tired of us sitting up here talking about, well, you know, they had a hard life, this and that. Kiss my so-and-so. That's what I'm about to say. Because since I've been in these YouTube streets, I'm shaking my head. I'm like, dang, I've been through worse stuff than these young people been through. And they sitting up here talking about, I had a hard life, and that's why I'm the way I am. No, hell no. I'm tired of y'all. This is nonsense. Okay? This is straight foolery. It don't make sense. And then for the whole brawl at the restaurant, okay? First of all, I already knew mama is hood at home. So the kids already knew it was game on. Even the little one who was holding the chicken, the little boy who was holding the chicken wings, he already knew mama be doing some foolery. So now we all got to jump in. So they do this on a regular. And you could tell they from the project, somebody come, or either the townhouse project, somebody come to the house, say something to mama ready to go off, and all the kids run out. Okay, let's get it right. All the kids run out. Because mama, you teaching them. You telling them it's some good game. You know how I know? Because that's what my mama used to do. That's how I know. This is how I know. Because that's what my mama used to do. My mama get indignant with somebody up in our project, and you'll see all her 5 kids run out. We like ready for war. So there's no way that you up there talking, you was trying to have a good time with your family. No, you wasn't, heifer. No, you wasn't. You was ready for war. And that little one with the chicken, he was ready for war too. Because you teach them like that. And I keep telling everybody on my channel, we women are the children's first teacher. So however you teach them when they're young, this is how they will be when they become grown. But because nobody understands the natural order, okay, we always want to give our women a pass, okay? And just like Mrs. She said earlier, we got to shame the behavior. Not the person, but the behavior. And we need to really continue to do that. Now, I'm going to share something with you. All of us ain't going to get saved. All of us ain't going to get saved. Now, I'm not talking about Christianity. I'm not talking about Jesus Christ. I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about in our community. All of us are not going to be saved. You can tell it. Not everybody. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. You understand? So everybody not going to get saved. Not everybody want to get married. Not everybody want to have a husband. Not everybody want to have a wife, but I'm going to share something with you. If you say you don't want to get married, right? You don't want a husband or a wife, I better not see no damn baby. I better not see no baby. I better not see no baby. I better not see you sneaking around with Mr. Jimmy around the corner. I better not see nothing. You better not be having sex. You supposed to be communing with God. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Because we would sit up here talking about, I don't want to get married. I don't want to have no husband. Why are you fucking? Why are you doing that? Okay, let's get it right. Why are you doing that? If you don't want to get married, you better close up shop and not do nothing. Okay, let's get it right, because we be tap dancing around subjects and this and that and all this nonsense. We got to stop tap dancing around. Okay, we got to stop how you do that? We got to stop tap dancing around the subject. Now, I'm not sitting up here saying that I'm holier than thou. I am not. I'm a Christian. I still got work to do. I will get indignant with you if you get indignant with me. But if you calm with me, baby, I will call you sweetie and dear and everything. But if you do foolery in front of me, I'm that auntie that will kiss you and curse you out. I am that auntie. You can't do nonsense in front of me and think I'm going to be okay with it. Even me being a Christian woman, I will not sit up here and be like, oh, that's okay. That's okay. No. You're going to get this correction. We're going to talk about it. You're going to get this correction. Because that's the thing in our community. We don't want to give correction because people will throw up in our face, judge ye not and ye shall not be judged. But you didn't finish the whole scripture. This is the problem. You did not finish the whole scripture. And so we miss that in our community because we rather be in dysfunction. We rather be in dysfunction instead of getting it right. Let me share something with you. We are the originals. So it's better that they destroy the originals. They can destroy a whole nation. And because we don't understand it, and we never gonna understand it. Some of us are waking up, but the rest of us want to be down with Sexy Red. How did this heifer lip gloss get sold out? This is the nastiest thing I have ever heard. And we just glorify bad behavior. We always do in our community. But let a woman get up on social media, talk about how much she loves her husband and how much she want to be a good wife. Miss Jenny, I'm looking at you. Miss Jeannie, I'm looking at you. Okay? You get up here, you talk about how you want to be good to your husband, how you want to do the right thing. Okay? Miss She said, I'm looking at you. 25 and plus, I'm looking at you. Doing the right thing by your husband, being a good queen like you supposed to. I'm looking at you. But yet you get women in the comment section that will call you a pick me. You this, that, you this. All of the good qualities that we want in our women, in our community, they will get talked down to. They will get bashed for. But let you go out there and eat Sukiana groceries. Everybody clapping hands for you. Oh, yeah, get it, girl, all that. You got lip gloss with all types of names with gonorrhea and all that. Everybody clapping for you. I'm a marketing genius. Go sit your ass down. You ain't no marketing genius. I'm done.
Thank you, Tay.
God will never punish you if you suck your husband dick.
Oh my God!
If you don't know how to suck dick, learn how to get a lollipop and a banana. Okay? And if you can't suck it right, then you get some honey or some chocolate or something. You got to do something. Y'all doing foolery.
Oh my God. That's great.
Mama ain't teaching nothing.
Amen.
And that.
Okay, so what the hell am I supposed to do now? Goddamn it!
Well, y'all ain't shit.
We playing spades, man. You supposed to follow suit, bro.
Listen, you know what? I was on a podcast yesterday, and there was a bunch of guys on the panel trying to compare marriage to prostitution. And I didn't even want to fight these guys. I just lost it. Just listen, man. I said, none of you guys are married, and how the hell dare you compare a marriage, vows, and all the institution of marriage to prostitution because a husband and wife have sex once in a while or even every day? I said, in a real marriage, and none of this shit went over everybody's head because to them, sex is all transactional no matter where you are. So they're lost already. I said, that's in a marriage, in a good marriage, sex is no longer transaction. It's validational for both of you. She wants to have sex with you and you want to have sex with her. It doesn't matter that there's trinkets on the table or not. They didn't get it. They still didn't get it. But I just couldn't take it no more. And one of the problems that we have in our community is sex as a relationship between Black folks have become almost purely transactional. Right? And they bring that into a marriage, right? Because in a marriage, sex should never be used as a weapon or a reward. Never, ever, 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 ever. And I mean, we're lost in so many different ways. We got to all know that we're under social programming, and it's been really effective. And one of the things we know, and it's unequivocal, scientific or not, the matriarchy is a failure. It's an absolute failure. And the fact that it keeps getting promoted is only because there's a patriarchy that benefits from that. On top of that, so so we need to do shaming, whatever it is. Like I say, a lot of people said it already. This is a lost generation. I don't know how you recover. Suki Hana selling those lipsticks because young girls are buying it. Young girls are buying it because they don't have no parents telling them they can't have it. I mean, every good thing that we do gets co-opted. Even when LeBron put his I Promise school up there and the kids can't pass, and there's failures at every level. Well, these were high-risk kids anyway. So why would you have a school that has all the equipment, but don't put the people that administrate the school understanding you have high risk? You can't send them home to do homework. There ain't no home for them to go to. They gotta do all their learning under the auspices of the school, right? And under the supervision of the school. So you can measure how they go from time. So we got issues everywhere. Relationship issues, male-female issues, self-loathing issue. The fight. Everywhere you see Blacks gathered, we're all Black. I'm telling you, every time we go, even us, when we go to a place where there's a lot of Black people, your blood pressure is up because you don't know whether two fools are going to start doing something stupid. I mean, it's just all over the place. It's and I'm tired of arguing about it. I just want to try to find people who want to move forward. I'm even tired of blaming shit on women. I mean, some of this stuff, falls, I said it already, Lost in Translation said it, falls squarely on whether women want to go into the breach and fight the sisterhood. Because that's not a bad, I mean, you know what, men can't absolve themselves of that, because one of the reasons why men can't help you is because we got 2 generations of men who've been raised by those same very women. They don't even know how to fight these chicks. I mean, I've never seen so many women buck up against men without fear. Without fear. It's starting to change a little bit, but I don't see how we're going to get forward. So women of good background, and good nature and want to see the best for women, Black women in particular, gotta be able to go into the breach and take your licks. Who cares if they call you a pick-me? You got to say what's right and keep saying what's right. It can't just be the Crimson Cure or Take Heed or the few the ladies on this panel. Everybody, woman who's of good nature wants to see the race propel, the culture propel. You got to start to try to take it back. Because, man, some of us been saying the same shit. And it's easy for us to say, well, the women say to us, well, what about the men? Once you talk to somebody and they start doing that, you can't get nowhere. Anyway, I'll land it there. So, good show. Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate y'all patience, Reckless Ray and Mrs. Jenny. Mrs. Jenny, it's on you.
All right. I like when I get to be near the end because I get to hear all of the good tidbits and I get to just glean off of you guys and just kind of ride your coattails. So you guys are doing all the heavy lifting. So I appreciate that. But yeah, going back to that fight video, I find it so crazy that I never saw it, but I heard about that Alabama boat fight thing. Now, that was with black people, right? Too, also, or was that white people?
That was different. That was different.
That was the
That was-
ancestors.
that
That was a brotherhood coming together to correct a few things. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Go find
So-
your flat Pillsbury biscuit pink pudding pop. Go get your flat assed Pillsbury dough biscuit pink Pop Tart and get your ass up off my live.
But the reason I mention that is because certain groups of people are known for certain things. Like I heard on a panel one time, like if you were just to hear a news story about a teacher, running off with a student, or a teacher doing stuff with a student, you're automatically going to think, oh, that's a white woman. But if you hear that there was a robbery at a gas station, you're automatically going to think, oh, that was a black guy. Okay, so it's like different groups of people do different things. And I just find it so crazy that one of the things that we as black people are known for is fighting in public. And it's just so crazy. Because I don't think I've ever seen a video like that where it's like two white families like just going at it in a public area like that. But I haven't been on every corner of the internet, so I'm sure it's out there somewhere, but definitely more often than not. And what a shame that other cultures, like Asian people, they think it's offensive that the fact that they're known for being good at math, while we have actual stereotypes where we're known for like having these humongous brawls in broad daylight and for producing all these bastard children and then try to make them everybody else's problem and not owning up for our responsibilities and taking accountability for our actions. So and I think something that our Payne was mentioning, like when it comes to the good women being the standard bearers and having to hold the responsibility of holding all the pretty much the rest of us accountable. And I heard a quote saying that a man said that how am I supposed to know if you're a good woman if you're standing so close to the hose? And so that's a good point. As a good woman, I try to live by a certain standard. Then it is my responsibility. It is my duty to call out bad behavior when I see it, because I have not only do I have to try to improve other people, I have to distinguish myself. Because when people see a woman who is carrying herself in a certain manner, that brings them hope, and that encourages them. So if a young girl, if all she ever sees are Sexy Reds and Megan Thee Stallions, then she's gonna think, well, that's all there really is to be. There is no other example. So it's mandatory that we continue to be strong and not compromise and not waver. And being called a pick me is a compliment. Being called a doormat is a compliment. I serve my husband. I actually have a husband to serve and to obey. Thank goodness. And so, it's a thankless job a lot of the time, but J Mac and Miss She Said and Take Heed and Anise and Wife School, you guys are leading the way, and the fruit will come. I that's why I do what I do. I believe that the fruit will come, because like Lost in Translation, he was talking about his 17-year-old niece. I have I think she's 12. I have a 12-year-old, or maybe she's 11. Maybe she's about to be 12. I have a niece too who's young, and I am like her idol. She like has pictures of me in her room like I'm Britney Spears or something. And so, I have to continue to try to do something and live a certain kind of example, because where else is she going to see it? So ladies, keep up the great work. And you're not going to see it right away, the impact that we're having, but it is being seen, and it will bear fruit in due time.
Thank you. We appreciate you all. We appreciate you, and we appreciate all of the races. Reckless Ray. Bring us home, man. Bring us home.
I hope y'all ready. I never in my life, in my entire existence, thought that I would see a situation so fucked up that I couldn't blame our pain for. Y'all done. I just want y'all to look at this man's face. He is sick and tired of you niggas. He's tired. He's so tired he ain't even mad at women no more. Y'all done taken him past the red pill. He's into the, I don't even know what we gonna call it. We gonna call it the yellow discharge pill. Shout out to Sexy Red. He in a space now where he just wants to go home. Like, this is terrible. Look what y'all done to this man. Look what y'all done. Well, honestly, I only have two things that I want to touch on, because y'all touched on everything else a million times over, and everybody's great. Y'all all killed it. It sucks because normally, like, I take the air out of the room. Y'all done sucked all the air out. I'm over here just sucking in dust particles and sneezing now. It's ridiculous. And our pain is tired. Now I'm tired. We're all going to sleep after this. This is ridiculous. So one of the things that was a really good question that Ricky asked that I did want to touch on was, are the women conscious of what they're doing? The answer is yes. That is not something that we should be surprised about, though, because a woman in a survival mindset will do anything to survive. Literally anything. It's y'all's imperative. If all the men in America got wiped out tomorrow and y'all was left alive, whoever wiped us out, y'all'd start fucking them. Let's be honest. Like, that's just what you do. You got to survive. You've done it all through history. Don't act like you wouldn't. You would. We'd be gone. Y'all would be like, I'm sad. Oh no, what am I gonna do? This is terrible. New dick. That's what you would do. You'd get over it. But when it comes to these women taking these actions, they're literally plucking these women out of the cess. There's no escape. There's no opportunity. There's no option. And then boom, I'll give you $1 bazillion. Just sell your soul. They're like, fuck it. like I was already getting dick down in the fuck shack. Give me the $1 million. Oh, my bad. I'll say what you want. Like, they're gonna do whatever they need to do to get away from the situation that they're in. So that was the first thing. The second thing was, now I know y'all was watching the fight. This is gonna be Ray being an asshole. I hope y'all ready. Why was this little dysgenic bastard holding that chicken plate built like a sack of potatoes? And he had to have been about 12 or 13. When I was 12 or 13, I sneezed and had abs. Like, what are these little dough body bastards? What are you, bruh, 13 with a dope? There ain't no excuse for that, bruh. Roll over and cough, my guy. You'll have abs. Like, what are these? And why was he holding that basket of chicken like he was going to throw it, but he didn't know how to throw? Why aren't kids going outside, bro? I'm surprised any of these little black kids even look black no more. I'm surprised they're not white as the day, because they don't go outside apparently, and they don't move their little dough bodies. Talking about my little king. Your little king looked like the unit from Game of Thrones, bro. Like, why? What's he gonna do? You notice that everybody was disregarding him just like the women? Like, come on, bro. Like, that kid wasn't even worth it getting pushed out the way. And he gonna have to grow up and live that life. That is terrible. That is terrible. Yo, little king, get out of here with that, bro. I'm gonna start correcting people in public too. I'm gonna be rude about it.
Mom. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Call for your mama.
Yeah. You little king. I'm gonna start telling him in public, be like, no, that's your little sack of potatoes right there. That's your little mail lady right there. That ain't no king. That ain't no king. You better dress him up like the mail lady and have him deliver me a letter. He ain't getting no candy come Halloween, bro. Don't come to my door looking like a sack of potatoes unless you dress like a sack of potatoes or the mail woman. That's all I gotta say. It's reckless, Rated Narrow. Raise better kids, man. Our gene pool is getting weak, and I don't like it.
I am tired of being a cream puff.
Shit, no more cream. Well, we thank everybody for their perspective. You guys are appreciated. We're going to get final thoughts. We're going to go randomly. I'm going to go around and pick everybody off. Let's go ahead with our pain. Let's get your final thoughts, sir.
And this has been a good panel. Thanks, man. You guys are hosting very well. Listen, like I said, it's enough that's been said tonight. I still have hope for the future, even though I'm on the other side of 60, 65, I pray for my daughters. I want them to be happy. I've had the conversation with them several times that I don't want to see them without being covered. One is 30 already. The other one's 24. My oldest, she's been through it. She had the boyfriend and we had the family dinner and, so she wanted to be married, but it just didn't work out. But that's cool. So she's still out there and doing her thing. So I pray for them, because my daughter, my oldest is a millennial and my youngest is a Gen Zer. I have my kids later on. My youngest daughter's 41 years younger than I am. So their benefit was that, I was established when they were born. So they didn't have to grow up. I didn't have to grow up with them. So everything they had was stable when they came into the family. So I pray for them because, I have counting, like I do Sunday dinners. I'm gonna land it here. And I invite my daughter back home because she stayed with me when she got out of college for like 7 years. I was hoping I would marry her off before she left, but she had to go. The young one is with me now after, and she's working here at home. So we're building their portfolios and stuff. But on Sunday, I cook dinner and I have all my ladies around the table and we have conversations, different conversations about finances, about boys, about men, about this, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And, I see, all the stuff that we say on YouTube is actually, true in real life. She's having trouble with relationships and stuff. And I told her, but, she has her friends. I said, well, if a man that you're dealing with or you're talking to, this is my oldest, if he doesn't measure up for anything serious, then I said, why are you seeing him? Why are you seeing him? I said, you want to clear your head so the right guy can come along. You could be focused on that guy, so, so I left it there, but we talk from time to time. So she's going through what she got to go through. But I told him the worst thing I want for them, and I'll end on this one, is for them to be 40, 45 years old, past the biological wall, without understanding that there's going to be a measure of regret if you guys don't have a family. Just going to be, no matter what you think about now at 24, 30 years old, when that time hits, you got to pass through that wall and you're going to feel some kind of way for the rest of your life. And I said, if you don't have a guy covering you, one, I might live to 100 years old because I can't sleep at night knowing that I got to cover you. Right? That gives me extra energy. That's why I'm losing a whole bunch of weight so I can be around, But that's one of my only regrets. And so I told him that. I said, and if you don't have a guy, you guys have to have a shitload of money. A shitload of money to take care of you. Because your mother and I ain't gonna be around. So we just landed there. So I tell all women out there, don't listen to this bullshit out here about women freedom and all that. Guys need to be covered by a dude. Somebody I approve of so I can sleep at night, goddammit. But I'll land it right there.
Thank you, all Pain. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the work you do out here. Appreciate the information that you give to us. And you are an inspiration.
I appreciate
you don't know,
Thanks.
Somebody is looking. Absolutely. Mrs. Jenny, it's on you. We don't want you to fall asleep, Mrs. Jenny. It's Mrs. Jenny's bedtime, in case you didn't know. She's trying to run with the big dogs. Mrs. Jenny.
I
it's on you.
cannot hang, y'all. I'm sorry. But to tie it all up in a bow for tonight, going back to shame, referencing what Anise was saying about how you can't really shame somebody who doesn't see what they're doing is wrong. So I guess shame is not really the first step, but the first step is creating acknowledgement again in people and making them realize that truth is not subjective and morals are not relative and things like that. Like, yeah, hoeing is objectively wrong in every scenario for every person. So, like, things like that just have to be reintroduced into society, which, of course, is not going to happen overnight. So, and then after that, then shame can be, reinstated as a good system. But until we, teach the fact that, certain behaviors are shameful and certain behaviors are unacceptable, they are, embarrassing, things like that, then shame is not really going to be adhered, because it's kind of like offense. Like, offense has to be taken, not given. So you have to feel the shame first in yourself, or else it doesn't matter if someone else tries to give it to you. And so, yes, that is my piece. I miss Jenny. You can find me here on every Saturday night on 9 Eastern Standard Time, not Central Standard Time, for candid conversations with a housewife. And once again, I'm hitting above my weight class, hanging out with you guys, and I appreciate the privilege of being able to sit and be in your presence.
We appreciate
Yes,
you. We appreciate you so
Go
much.
over and subscribe to me.
Appreciate you.
Let's go with
Brother Ricky. It's on you. Final thoughts.
Man, what y'all talking about? Man, let these hoes be hoes, man. Fellas, let these hoes hoe, man. A hoe gon' hoe, let her hoe, right? See, but like I said earlier, hip hop, they are simply diagnosing what they see in the streets, right? Plenty of tracks across America. Sure, some of you guys are familiar with Western, Chicago, Chi-Town, Why do tracks never go out of business? Because it's always a customer. Y'all want these hoes to disappear? Y'all want these hoes not to be here and have this? Stop going to them. I don't get what people don't understand about this. You know why there's no good men? Because women stop going to them.
Did you hear what I said?
What's the point of being good, gentlemen? What's the point? Right? Maybe you got you one. Maybe. We say, oh, I was smart. No, nigga, you was lucky. It was some luck in there. Right? Stop fucking with these hoes. A hoe can stand out. She can stand out on a corner for 12 hours till her feet bleed in them clear heels. But otherwise, if a John don't never stop, if a trick don't never drive by and ask her what is working for, she's just a woman standing on the street. Gentlemen, these are y'all women. I got mine. 26 years in the game. Ain't ashamed. Y'all see the t-shirt? Look. Let me show y'all the t-shirt. Look.
Yeah. Black love. Beautiful.
Ain't no shame in the game. Right? But like I said, hey, I had my time and it was glorious. It was vainglorious.
Protected by the red, the black, and the green.
This y'all time. In the same way y'all say we fucked up is the same way y'all kids gonna be telling us, look at you. Y'all act like we ain't tell our mama and daddy the same thing. Y'all didn't do nothing right. Y'all ain't give us a leg up. Y'all didn't help us out in the... Y'all gonna look nice going to hell, though. Y'all gonna look clean going to hell. Gucci and Louis down.
All them European designers.
And Mega Man boots. Do y'all thing.
Oh, that's brother Richie. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Who gonna follow that? Wife School Podcast is gonna follow that. School Podcast. It's on you, sis. Final thoughts.
Well, I don't have a t-shirt. Thank God I don't have those Mega Man boots because that's just a darn shame. But we got to do better. Also, I've heard tonight, which is true, not everybody will listen. But the word says, he who has an ear to hear, let him hear. So those who will hear, put your whole clothes up. You know, do better. Be a better person. Be the best version of yourself. Get under the leadership of people that have actual verifiable relationships, that know some things, that is not going to help you to be a transactional person, you know, that's going to lead you in the right direction, give you foundation. Love on your children, get them outside, as Ray said. You know, focus on your family. And when you are the example and when you are on your purpose, when people see you, more than likely they will follow suit. That's how I see. We see a lot of transformation videos online. Well, how did you get from fat to skinny? This is what I did. And more people will follow suit and transform their lives. So if you're being about that life, more than likely other people will see you and will be inspired and want to do right. Amen. I said amen. No, I think I'm in church. I mean, there's the case of, we don't know for sure, but I mean, check out Black China. You know, she turned her life around. So who's to say that other people can't? So I always have an open door. We leave a little crack in the door. You know, you got the wayward child, you leave a crack in the door for them just in case they come back home. And I'll leave it at that.
Absolutely. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Can I say something before we move on? I apologize.
Sure, sir.
Ladies, please get y'all a king who know when to tell y'all to cut shit the fuck off. Please. This is a gift and a curse with our women, right? Y'all always want to leave the door open, even for the worst case scenario. Even when sometimes you got to shut the door on a motherfucker. Sometimes y'all look up and it's 7, 10, 8, 12 years of your life gone for some shit you wasn't supposed to be there in the first place for. The most dangerous thing in the world will be a woman that could think logically. That's the most dangerous person in the world. Sometimes, ladies, it doesn't require you to keep a space to save somebody. Sometimes you gotta let a motherfucker drown. There's not space available for everybody, ladies. Grace is not warranted everyone. Everyone gets judged. You just don't want to be the one they pointing at saying that you judged them. It's part of the game.
True indeed, God. True indeed.
Thank you for ruining my final thoughts.
Great. You did great, right?
Jesus.
Lost translation.
I'm so glad
What
I
you
get to
got?
come behind Ricky and
What you-
Wife School Podcast. Here's my thing, ladies. We need to allow you guys to make room so we can help you crash the whole market. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to be better women. I don't want you guys to be out here to be like McDonald's, a billion served. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody gonna eat if they hungry. But my thing is, everybody knows that McDonald's food is trash. You know what I'm saying? It is trash. Just because somebody pulls up to your restaurant and eat doesn't mean it's good. Women, we need you to get back to being Sunday dinner. We need you to get back to being sweet potatoes. We need you to get back to being yams and green beans and collard greens and macaroni and cheese and spiral honey baked ham and turkey. You know what I'm saying? And potato salad. We need you to be baked beans again. You understand what I'm saying? We need you to be corn again. You know what I mean? We need you to be nutritious and delicious. But you know what? We can't tell because y'all wrapped up in Big Mac boxes and out here looking like whole fries. Men are tired of whole fries. We need y'all to be home fries. We need y'all to be home cooked. You understand what I'm saying? We need you to be nutritious and delicious. We need you to put the love back in the food where it belongs. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be like the rest of these women out here over a billion served. You know what I mean? Don't be out here doing all this other foolishness. We want you to be wives. You know what I mean? There's a certain cachet that comes with being a wife. You know what I mean? There's a certain level of respect that comes with being a wife. Ain't no respect when it comes to being a hoe. It's 20 in the front and 40 in the back. And I'm out. Lost in Translation Podcast. Y'all can find me here on Black Men Unfiltered and on Sundays at 8:30. Y'all have a good evening.
My man.
Awesome. Yes.
Goodness.
Lost in translation.
Oh man. Miss Anissa, you gotta follow that. Miss Anissa, how you doing over there? Can you follow that?
Final thoughts, man.
I don't know if I can follow that or top that, but I'm going to give it a shot. This past Sunday, our pastor did a great sermon, and it came from Mark chapter 13. If you get an opportunity to read it, please do. But he was addressing the things that are happening in Israel and the things that we're seeing over there. And it addresses all of those things, as well as a lot of things that are happening in the world. All of this stuff has already been predicted, that all of these things that we're seeing are going to happen. And it's just the beginning. The Bible says these are just the initial birthing pains, and it is nothing like what is to come. So this is just where we are in society. It's going to decline. It's going to continue to decline. And there's only one thing that's going to be able to change it. But I think everyone should read that when they get an opportunity. To the young ladies, you can have a good life and a successful life, and you can make money without selling your soul and devaluing yourself. Good character and integrity and standards and morals are still in style. And if you look at the women that you probably truly admire that are successful, they probably have all of those qualities that I just mentioned. They stayed on their square, they stayed with their standards, they stayed with their integrity, and they were still able to rise above and make a name for themselves and become successful. No reason why that can't happen for you. You don't have to get out here and do some of the things that young women are doing to become successful. There has to be someone that you admire, that you can sit and talk to them and seek help and seek guidance. One person, a teacher, just there has to be an example out there that you can go to and talk to. to get help as far as what direction you want to go in your life. But you don't have to sell your soul, devalue yourself, prostitute yourself in order to have the life that you really want to have. To the older women, we do have to continue to plant the seed. It's not our job to save it. That's God's job. Only thing we can do is plant the seed. The fruit that develops really is not our responsibility. It's just our responsibility to tell them the right things and to plant that seed. The growth and everything that comes afterwards is God's responsibility. But I can't leave the men out of this. And I'm just baffled that Sexy Red is on her third kid. So someone's frequenting this young lady. Someone's going over there. Someone's spending time. Someone's doing whatever it is that they're doing. I think if you want a good woman, you have to look for a good woman. That good woman probably is not going to be on Instagram and TikTok. She might not be tatted up. She might not have a big ass and all of those things, but she's a good woman. So some men have to change their appetites as well for what they want to taste, what they want to be around. Because if you say you're looking for a good woman, but you're hanging around the Sexy Reds, to me, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So men can make better choices as well. If you want something good, you surround yourself with good things and good people, and those good things will come to you. And that's what I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was awesome. Yes.
Yes, it was. Absolutely. Reckless Ray, so you, my brother.
I'm just gonna put it this way. The longer we carry on like this, the longer God's gonna hate you niggas. And the longer bad things are gonna happen to you. And the longer your lives are gonna be bad. And the longer you're gonna have these dysgenic, post-lady body, sack of shit, potato sack kids that are worthless. And if you keep carrying on too long, eventually you're going to start getting plagues like yellow discharge, green gonorrhea. Your booty hole's already brown. So, but I mean, you know, I'm trying to tie it back to the Sexy Red lip gloss thing. I was trying to be funny, but you know, these things are they're not helpful. I mean, I just don't understand why we've gotten the world so backwards that it's now hard to be a decent person, to just be a solid human. Everything's a transaction. Everything's some sort of metaphorical battle. Like most of y'all ain't built for any type of actual battle. Like your bodies ain't even right. Like we have to get back to a point to where you can call it roles, you can call it whatever, but like you're not gonna have good men if there's not good women. Like men are not obligated to accept you as you are. Y'all get off your game, we're for damn sure gonna get off our game. Like, why would we do all the same work for a shittier prize? like why would that make sense? The incentive isn't there. Y'all supposed to be the incentive. Everybody's built like the male lady. If everybody's built like that 12, 13-year-old boy, like why the hell are we gonna work hard to go bust that down? Like, I mean, if you just handing your ass out to anybody on the street, why do you think we're gonna work harder that you then qualify or deserve a good top tier male at that point? What have you done to deserve that? Man, you got to build yourself your entire life. Ain't nobody really fucking with you till you're about 40. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? Why then do you get to come with like a million kids and I'm supposed to save the community and fix your kid that's built like the post lady, bro? You know how many push-ups and sit-ups that kid's gonna hate me if I gotta be that kid's stepdad? Because he's gonna be doing them push-ups and sit-ups, so I don't want to look at him. Just looking at a walking victim just walking by the room all the time. Hell no, bro. I ain't looking at that, bro. You better have them kids right. Like, why is it that the expectation is that men are supposed to work ourselves to the bone, get to the top of the mountain, and then we just accept whatever's thrown at us. Like y'all think you in charge at this point? I mean, I understand y'all built like linebackers, but you still got soft bones and can get pushed over and got weak hips, bro. Like, that's all I'm saying. You could end up like grandmama. You actually get into it with the wrong one because you're going to push you over. You're going to break your hip. Now you up in there sitting next to grandmama talking about we dying. We got to learn how to walk again, baby. Come give me the stroller. Like, what the hell are you talking about? So, in closing, if you should be the best version of yourself if you think that you deserve the best version of someone else's self that they had to build. If we got to do work, you got to do some work. And maybe, hypothetically, I'm just throwing this out here, maybe part of the reason that y'all are built the way that you are is because you're too busy focused on doing our job instead of doing your job.
Did you hear what I said?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. There's a cost for everything. Fortunately, we've been doing our job for 5,000 years, so we don't necessarily have to be built like male women when we work hard. Like, I just wish people understood that. But I mean, at this point in the game, it's like Ricky said, you got to take care of you and your own because, like, we are rolling rapidly down a hill at this point. Like when you get to a point where we got Sexy Red and 17-year-olds talking about selling their ass, I'm wondering what's left. Like what else do we got? Is the third lamb risen from the sea yet? Because I kind of wanted to go see that. I mean, I don't know. Have the gates of hell opened? Has anybody heard any random horns when they've been outside? Because like I'm trying to figure out where exactly we are. I've been going to sleep naked just in case we get raptured. Right? Because I don't want them to have to undress me just in case I get to go. If I don't, that's cool. But like, just in case, I'ma already be naked for you, bro. You ain't even got to take the clothes off this one, and maybe I can slip in with the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? Because like, y'all are inconvenient. They'll be like, hey, this one's already naked and lubed up over here. Like, what we got to do? So the moral of the story is like, when we get to these types of points, man, it's concerning. It's actually something to be worried about. It's actually something where when being normal is abnormal, you got to start counting your ducks and getting your stuff in order. Like, real talk. Y'all need to be making some decisions and some life changes to get yourself in a position where you can protect yourself if worse comes to worse. And I'm gonna end it on that.
Thank you, Ray. We appreciate that. J Mac, so on you, love.
So yeah, lots that I kind of want to say. I'll try to condense it all because everyone kind of reiterated some really good points that I really, really wanted to hone in on. To Anissa's
Say it all.
point, to Anissa's point, we cannot, and I say we because if anyone's ever been on my channel, I hold women's feet to the fire a lot, and I will continue to do so because I do feel like it's my job to do so as a woman. But here lately, I have kind of made sure to include the conversations about the role that men play in the society we're having today. And I think the overarching consensus is that, like Ricky said, if I can't tell a man what to do, and I won't. But if I were to make a suggestion, please leave these hoes alone. Like at some point, you have to say to yourself, we love to hear the whole, oh, man's carnal nature. Women have a carnal nature too. And I'm not talking about sex. Of course, we do as well, but I'm not talking about sex. A woman's carnal nature is to be chaotic, right? Is to be, that's why a lot of times you'll hear women say, like, a woman might say she's bored in a relationship, or it's because sometimes we're wired to be that way. Like we need the structure and the kind of system that a man brings into our lives. So if we just went around saying you just have to accept that this is just our carnal nature, men would tell us, heck no, we're not going to accept that. So the same way it's a man's nature to want to just sleep with anything with legs, at some point you have to find a way to channel that. Because if you don't, what's to come of it, right? What comes of you not ever exercising discretion with your sexual partners as a man? What comes of that? Illegitimate children, sexually transmitted diseases, you having crazed women in your life that are, popping up at your house and beating down your door, whatever it might be, right? And I think that the women, it's like a positive reinforcement kind of thing. I think somebody else mentioned this earlier. They may not have used that exact verbiage. The women, though they know what they're doing and they know that it's wrong and they will be held to account. The reason why some of them are doing it, though, is because they are being reinforced by the men. The men who are coming on some of these podcasts, of course not Black Men Unfiltered podcasts, but some of the men that are on some of these other podcasts that are, shouting from the rooftops, we want good women, and then in the exact same breath will say, well, I'm gonna sleep with who I want to sleep with, and this kind of thing. And it's like, okay, see, there you're reinforcing that behavior from women, because though to a man sex is meaningless, to a woman it's not all the time, right? And so and we already talked about, though I don't give it as much credence as maybe some other people do, but I do recognize that brokenness in people, I know that can manifest itself in some ways. So a lot of these young women, they are starved of any affection from a man because they did not have it from their fathers. So they're just desperately seeking any sort of validation from a man. And so to them, that those few minutes of pleasure, as we might say, to them, that feels like an equation. It feels like it's the same thing. And so they will seek that from men. That's their only way to be validated by them. At least that's what they think. So of course, for the women, you're gonna have to stop being afraid to be called names. I get called names every day. I get blocked on Facebook every day. I get told that I'm whatever every day, and I don't care about it at all. I don't lose any sleep over it, because one, like Miss Jenny mentioned, to me it's a badge of honor. But even if I wasn't just a natural contrarian, I kind of naturally am that way anyway. But even if I wasn't that way, I'm smart enough to observe my reality. And what I observe from a lot of the women today is a life I have no desire to live. I have no desire to be a woman who's unfulfilled, who is seeking vapid sexual attention from ravaged men all day long on the internet. And so it was an easy choice for me, right? But I recognize maybe not everybody looks at it that way. But if you are a young woman under the sound of my voice, or any of these other ladies, or the gentleman here, you're gonna have, and you are actually a good woman, they're not gonna be able to see you, sweetheart, when like Lost in Translation mentioned, if you are a soul food meal and you've packaged yourself as a Big Mac, that's all we can go by, right? That's all we can go by is what you're presenting to us. And if you're not going to have the little bit of courage, I know women are communal. We're naturally communal. I get that. It's tough. That's why I'm Tough Topics podcast. But we have to we have to be able to sever. We have to be able to sever that. I don't have any desire to be a part of the sisterhood. When I find women like these ladies on the panel, of course, I love to fellowship and convene with them. But as far as at large, I know most women, I'm not palatable for them, and that's okay. But more of us are going to have to be brave enough to step outside those bounds, or we're kind of just equally part of the problem. If you're not going to say anything, what is it? The evil persists when good men do nothing, and of course, men just being human beings. So that's my spill.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button for all of these amazing content creators. Yeah. We'll be frequenting. We love the way you cook, J Max. So keep doing what you're doing. You're doing amazing work out here.
Yes.
Take heed to the message, our beautiful sister. It's on you. Take us home.
So, White School Podcast, you're not going to agree with me about what I'm about to say right now. So when you said that the women should put up their whole clothes, That hoism clothes. Now, I don't suggest you do this if you marry. If you marry, keep them whole clothes down. Okay?
I
Because when
agree with
y'all
you.
get
We agree it's on that.
all right. Because when y'all get married, y'all close up shop. And all this do is lead to the man going out doing nonsense. So no, keep those whole clothes close. If they got to be on a nightstand, keep them close. Okay? Stop depriving your husband of making love to him. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing that nonsense. And for all the foolery that we watched tonight, Lord, I don't even know what else to say. But for all the foolery we watched for tonight, Sexy Red, shout out to you, baby. Shout out to you, baby. Because when your content gets weary and they don't want to see your trashy ass no more on social media, honey, you're going to be back in those projects flipping them burgers, honey. That's what you're going to be. Because I'm quite sure you ain't saved none of that money. Now, back to the rest of the foolery that has happened tonight. All you need is just a different thought, a different mindset if you want change. I don't care where you come from. I don't care where you come from. If you have a thought that you want change, it can be done. Okay? It can be done. It's just that in our community, we decided that the natural order doesn't make sense. We decided that the woman wants to be king. And you know what I say on my channel? The throne and the crown does not want you. The throne and the crown does not want you. The throne even said to you, I will shock you if you come near me again. Okay? The throne and the crown does not even want you. It does not want you to be king. But y'all will sit up here talking about, I'm queen, I'm queen. You can never be queen unless a king appoints you to be queen. Okay? And just like I tell everybody, our men, okay, have been designated, designed from birth to be kings. Now, whatever they do with that kingship down that line of growing up, that's their business. But they are designated, they are designed to be kings. Okay? They are designed. Women, you are not designed to be queen. You are not. You are not. That was not your designated role. What happened is the man is the king and he appoints you as queen. That's only when you get married, though. He ain't no sugar daddy, ain't your boyfriend, none of that. You got a ring on your finger and he gave you his last name. And anybody don't like what I said, I don't care. I know about you, I don't care. But the simple fact still remains is that because we don't understand the natural order, our community will continue to be lost because we don't want the man to be the head. I'm not sitting up here talking about if the man is the head, our life will be perfect. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you're going to get everything you want. I'm not saying that. But I want to share something with you. Our kids won't be running around here like they monsters. Our kids won't be running around here being parents and at a young age. Our kids won't be out here selling, being a pharmacist on the corner. The man is designed to be king. Let him do what he designed to do. But because we sitting up here talking about we don't need him, we don't need him. That's what we say. We don't need him. But then when these kids get irate and they start acting up all over our communities and robbing and all this nonsense and slinging drugs here and there, now we want the black man to come to the community. Black men, listen to me loud and clear. If it's not your blood, baby, run. If it's not your blood, baby, run. If the child don't belong to you, run, baby, run. Because let me share with you why I say run. Because these sisters don't raise monsters. These boys on the corner, girls on the corner, they will take you out of this world just by saying one word, peep to them. Save who you can save, honey. That's all you can do. Save who you can save. Whoever want to take heed to what you're saying, you save them. And the ones that can't, baby, you just gonna be extinct with the rest of these people who doing nonsense all over. I'm done because I'm mad. Okay, bye, y'all.
Thank you. We
Take heed to
appreciate
the
you,
message.
sister. We appreciate each and
Child.
every last one of y'all, man. This was an amazing panel. Mrs. Harris, it's on you. Get us
Oh
out of
man,
here.
y'all was cooking tonight. I had to sit back and appreciate all of y'all's perspective, which was awesome. And it's a painful feeling of humiliation or distress, and it's caused by consciousness, your own consciousness of wrong and foolish behavior. And a lot of this is taught at home. So that means us ladies are not doing our job, our duty, or responsibility when it comes to these kids. The last generation of 25, 30, 35, I'm not even gonna go into the years. It's not looking good. And we need to turn it around. We need to take back control of our homes, allow our men to stand in their rightful positions as fathers, as husbands. And these children need to see it because they will not learn shame. They need to know that some shit is just unacceptable and you need to check it. You know, and you know who wants the correction because they'll stay around. Come from big families. I have nieces and nephews won't come around because they know I'm ashamed of that shit. Some shit is unacceptable. So some people are lost, but the ones who do want to be saved, they will come for the knowledge. They will come to get the message. And those are the ones we are trying to reach.
Thank you, Mrs.
This was awesome. We appreciate you, Black Man
We
Unfiltered.
appreciate every last one of y'all.
Building
Thank
on
you,
this
Black
topic. It works if you work it. I mean, and another thing, just one more thing, you know, the excuses. The excuses is absolutely a reason for people's trauma, but it is not a reason for you to continue your foolish fucking behavior. Huh?
I heard you.
Okay. Stop it. Some
That's the
bullshit.
missus.
I'm hurt, so I'm just gonna go out and hurt people. Nah. Fix yourself so you can educate and help your children so they can go out into the world and be decent humans in society. Because we gotta leave them. We ain't gonna be here forever.
Thank you. Thank you for having us, Black Men Unfiltered. Thank you for everybody that was on the panel. We appreciate y'all. This was an amazing night, amazing conversation.